Hey everyone, Ben here, and for the first time in a long old while, we are back in RaceRoom for a 15-minute sprint race in the BMW Cup Car at the Nurburgring Grand Prix. We've qualified in 6th place, we're just coming around to start the first lap of the race. It's a rolling start and we're going to be piling in to T1, no doubt, 3-4 cars wide. So, aim number one as the lights go green is just to try and stay safe on this opening lap. It's a rookie server, so you really never know what you're going to get. You can see already cars fanning across the track up ahead. I'm going to try and keep a narrow line, just keep to the apex and hopefully not make contact with anybody. But you can see we were 3 wide through the opening corner there. I've got a car down my inside that looks like it's Hauschen, and he might well have the high ground on me here. I could be about to drop back down to 6th place, having made one spot up off the start. I'm forced slightly wide here. That's going to compromise me on the next corner. Have to keep it narrow, but we get a big hit and we're off and into the barrier, and we're going to be dropping all the way to the back of the field, and we've picked up damage. That is a nightmare start to this race, but it does confirm Harrison's law, which is that this is the most dangerous corner on lap 1 at the Nurburgring Grand Prix, not T1. I've seen so many incidents here, and I think I get a bit of a squeeze here. Not a reasonable one either. I should have been given more room, but it is a very tricky corner, and it happens so often. Anyhow, we rejoin the live action still on lap 1, and we've managed to catch up to a couple of the cars at the very rear of the field already. I'm carrying damage, so the car is a little bit under speed and the steering wheel is at an angle, but I'm managing to keep it on track, and you can see we're tucked nicely into the slipstream of Thompson up ahead, so we might have a chance to make a place back and up into 17th straight away here as we cross the start finish line onto lap 2. I take the decision not to go side by side but feint to the inside. He ends up going in deep and I'm able to cut up inside him and take the position, so that is one position back straight away, and we're able to get up into 17th. But look in the rear view mirror, it looks like Thompson fancies a bite back. He's managed to squeeze his nose down the inside. We're side by side once again. I'm able to take the tighter line, and this time we get through the corner unscathed. Let's take a little look back at that on replay. Then you can just see I decide not to go down his inside. He though is determined to hold the position around the outside. That allows me the space to feint back on the inside and take the position. But Thompson not done yet. He wants to try and fight the position back, so more side by side action into the next section of corners. I give him room on the inside, but thankfully he doesn't squeeze me on the inside this time around, and I'm able to claim that position back. We rejoin then just a minute or so later, coming towards the end of lap 2, and I'm squeezing up onto the rear wing of Hauschen. So this is the driver that we came together with on lap 1, and encouragingly for me, the rest of the pack of cars isn't that far up the road. So I'm going to be able, hopefully, to make up some of these lost positions, particularly as I'm anticipating there's going to be more drama in this race. We're up the hill then, approaching the fast chicane here then. Just got my eyes peeled to see if any trouble happens up ahead, and there is a yellow flag out. Oh, and Hauschen makes a mistake himself up on the curb. Off to the right hand side, he appears back, weaving across the track, but that gives me the inside line to the final corner, and I'm able to take that position. I think I gained another spot there with the driver off on the pit lane even, but let's take a look back at the replay first of how we get the position off on Hauschen, and there he is dancing across the track, and I was able to get back up the inside. But this is a much bigger accident for a driver further up the field, comes to contact with the driver on the outside, and unfortunately for him he makes contact with the pit entrance. We rejoin them with about a third race distance gone, and we are closing up now on Nuyens up ahead in the green liveried BMW. We're going to be hopefully able to make a move towards the end of this lap as I'm nicely tucked into a slipstream, just half a second separating me from the driver up ahead. We're later on the brakes into the hairpin, and actually if I can hook up my exit to this corner we could be side by side, and we are. We're side by side heading up the hill, but it's going to take bravery and respect to get through this next set of corners side by side. I leave him room on the inside, he leaves me room on the outside, and I'm able to carry my momentum through And wow, there's not many overtakes get done through that section of corners, particularly on a rookie server. So I'm very grateful to Noyens there for racing in such a respectful manner. We both got through and survived that. Let's take a quick look at it on replay as we come through the hairpin. I just get a better exit through the corner, able to get on the gas earlier. That puts me side by side and actually a nose ahead. Coming through these corners, I afford him room on the inside. He then doesn't squeeze me through the next part of the corner, and that was the move done. We rejoin the live action then with just about 6 minutes left of the race. We're up into 13th position, so we've made a handful of positions up, but actually through the middle part of the race it's taken me a bit of time to get onto the rear wing of Lopez. There's really just about 6 minutes of racing action left here, so I've got to get a move on if I'm going to get up into the top 10, and that's exactly what we're doing. Much quicker through the chicane than Lopez up ahead, so I'm hopeful then with a better exit than he can get through the final corner to put pressure on into T1, and that's exactly what I'm going to be able to do here. We cross the start finish line and I'm side by side with him. That'll give me the high ground into T1, providing I can hold it tight into the apex. This should be my move here, and yes, we're going to get down on the brakes into second gear. We're side by side, but he's got nowhere to go on the outside of the corner, and that then will be my position, and up into 12th place with Lauder up ahead of me in 11th. 10th place, Koepke seems to be just too far away, 6 seconds up the road, so it may well be that 11th is the best that I can hope for here as I snake through that section of corners, keeping Lopez behind me. And that is me up into 12th place. Let's take a look at the replay once again. Then down his inside, you'll see how close we get through the apex of the corner here. Bit of door rubbing going on, but by this stage the move is mine. And unfortunately for Lopez, even though he tries to fight it back through the next set of corners, he can't get the position back. And now it's all about trying to put pressure on Lauder up ahead as we're coming down the hill, but there's a yellow flag out and I can see smoke through the hairpin, so something has gone on here. And yes, there's a car off to the left hand side. That's Van Linden off on the runoff area. That's one position straight away, and so we're up into 11th, but actually it's brought other cars closer to us as well. Here's a replay of what happened then. It's Koch down the inside of Van Linden. They both go off the track, and that has cost them both huge amounts of time and potentially opens the door for me to get myself up into the top 10, because as we rejoin the live action, that's Lauder up ahead. Koch is now visible on track, so we do have a chance here of getting myself up into the top 10. Oh, it's going to be a very big chance, because look at that, Lauder gets it all wrong through the chicane. He's off onto the gravel. He's going to rejoin with dirty tyres, so I'm going to take it nice and easy, and that is me through up into the top 10. No sooner as we saw him off into the gravel, I knew the opportunity was going to come through the final corner there, because as he rejoined, there's no way he was going to have the grip he needed. And speaking of losing grip, we're on to the next lap, and Koch has made a big mistake heading through the left-hander there. That's going to give me some valuable tenths of a second on him. We're probably on the penultimate lap here, so not long left in the race. We've been promoted up into P9 because Gentleman, of all the racers on the grid, has been disqualified, so clearly some ungentlemanly like conduct there. So we're up into 9th place, with the battle now through to the end of the race is going to be for 8th position. Can I turn the screw on Koch here down into the hairpin and hopefully get a move done before the end of the race? Well, he's in deep into the hairpin, so yes, we're going to be alongside on exit once more, and actually we've got the move cleanly done. Let's take a look at it on replay. You can see he's just far too hot into the corner. That opens up the space on the inside, and I'm able to get on through. We rejoin the live action then on the very last lap of the race. Yellow flag's out, not sure what that's all about, but Koch is just half a second behind me. So I'm now going to be defending the position through to the end of this race. By the looks of things, he's all over my rear wing as we come through the left-hander here. I'm going to have to be very careful through this next section of corners that he doesn't get over-eager and try to stick one down the inside or squeeze me to the apex. But look at that, actually very nice racecraft from Koch there. because he's prioritised a faster exit, and you can see he's got it. He's going to be along my outside here. That's pinched me to the inside. It means I have to brake earlier than he does. He holds it around my outside, and that's going to give him the high ground for the next corner. I tried the switchback on him, but there's just not room to get all the way alongside, and we are though side by side heading down the hill into the hairpin. Hopefully I'm going to have the high ground for the next corner. I'm going to get as late as I dare on the brakes. He gives me a little bit of space, but oh, we do come together as he comes into the corner there. To be fair, I think that was 50-50, and he manages to hold the position. So disaster, we've lost this move on the last lap of the race by the looks of things. I'm going to try and follow him through here, the very fast section, and into the final sector of the lap to try and force a mistake. I shape to the inside, but there's nothing doing there. I'm going to try and prioritise a better exit, but it looks like Koch has got a decent exit himself there. I need to stay in his slipstream here if I'm going to have anything like a chance heading into the fast chicane and the final corner. Neither are really overtaking parts of the circuit unless one driver makes a mistake. So that's really my final hope now of getting back up into 8th position. The checkered flag has waved. 2 corners from home here, then we go through the chicane. We're much faster than Koch. That's going to give me a chance into the final corner. I'm on the inside, late on the brakes, but he's lost it out wide. I'm going to get a better exit down the inside, drag race to the line, and we grab it with just a few hundred metres to go. What a finish to this race. That was superb. Wow! Well, after a disastrous start to the race where we were in the barrier and in last place, this racing on the very last lap of the race with Koch was just superb for a place in the top 10. Here then is his move down the outside and then holding it right the way down this back straight. It looked like I might have a chance of getting it back into the hairpin, but actually he held the move very nicely around the outside. We make a bit of contact. I was just able to avoid tipping him into a spin. That would have been all on me had he ended up going around there, but then we flash forward to the very last couple of corners of the lap. We're quicker through the chicane. I had very little to lose there, so I pushed just a bit harder, and then in trying to hold the move around the outside, he ends up getting a poorer exit, and we're able to sneak past and take the position on the line. What brilliant racing. And this is confirmation then of the classified results. We come home in 8th position, and what a wonderful return to the RaceRoom servers. Yes, there was door banging and an unfortunate accident on lap 1, but I thoroughly enjoyed battling back through the field. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, get subscribed, and I will see you on the next one.